My name is Kasozi Robert, and I'm from Kampala, Uganda, East Africa. So time is midday here, and I'm going to be taking you through onto the inner components of the computer as per the SBA 1. So here is my computer I'm going to be using. When you look at it, it is HP Pavilion 10000, and you can see the model number. I have decided to use the older model because of most of the components which are missing in the newer models these days. So I'm going to be opening, showing you component by component. So it's having this side panel. So when you open it, you get access to the inner components. And as you can see, there, sorry about that. As you can see, there are a couple of cables, components, and I'll be starting with this. This is the power supply, and you can see the AC input. It's supporting from 115 up to 230, and when you look at it from behind here, there is already a switch which you can use to change from 110 to 220 voltages. So it supports both inlets, and it's having the different connectors, or what you can call the power connectors. And this is the main one. This is the ATX, and this computer is using 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So it's a 20 pin ATX motherboard connector, and it's having the 4 pin connector, which is the auxiliary power connector, still on the board. It's having the SATA connector here, which is for my hard disk, and it's having also the badge connector, which is for the floppy. This computer is having a floppy. Most of the new computers these days, they don't have floppy disks. That's why I picked a floppy here, so I can connect my badge connector here. You can see goes in well. And if at all I have like another HDD, still I can connect the HDD inside. This one is also SATA, and you can see that they are of different colors. These colors, they mean something, definitely, as per the course. When you see red, this is positive 5, then I'm having the positive 12, and then black is grounding. I'm having the buses here. I'm going to first remove this slowly. It's having one here, so I'll get on this later. So I have the different buses. I have the PCI. These are the PCI, which is peripheral. These are peripheral component interconnectors in the computer. This is where I can connect the different cards in my computer. It's 1 2 3. I have another bus connector, which is the AGP. AGP is accelerator graphics port. This is where I can put my graphics card in a computer. I have these buses where I install my RAM. So these are the RAM chips, and these are the memory modules for RAM. There are 2, and I have these connectors for power and for the IDE cables. So this is for the power cable. Yeah, this is the 20x pin. This is where it goes, and this, definitely these ones, they connect the HDD. This I removed it, the auxiliary, but it goes here on my board. and I have this where I connect the IDEs. So this is one of the IDE I'm having in my computer. So if at all I'm connecting my hard disk, I can use my hard disk goes here. I have only one IDE. I've not connected for a floppy. This is for a floppy. Also goes to one of these, as you can see. And currently my optical drive is missing, but if at all I add the optical drive, I connect it here, here. So you can see I'm having one other empty slot for connecting the optical drive. My hard disk, my CPU, sorry about that, but the CPU is down here. I'm having the CPU, I'm trying to open up. Okay, I may not open, but the CPU is down here. This is on top of it, there is a heat sink, and I'm having a fan. So this fan works. I'm having my north bridge here. It's below, on top of it there is a heat sink. So if I remove this, it is a north bridge here. I'm having a north bridge. This is the north bridge, and this is the heat sink I'm having. So you can see the heat sink which sits onto the north bridge. This north bridge, its role is to make sure that there is communication. It bridges communication between the CPU, the memory modules, and the AGP port. That's why it's even sitting in the middle of this. So I'm putting back my heatsink for the north bridge. I'm having the south bridge here. It's for it makes sure that it bridges the communication between the PCIe and the rest of the components within the computer system. I'm having the motherboard. Definitely this is the motherboard. The role of the motherboard is to make sure that it accommodates all the components within a computer, so each and every component scattered, regardless of its position, it always gets back to the motherboard. That is the role. And you can see that I'm having different cables here. These cables, they are for connecting these front parts. I'm having the front part here. You can see on my computer, I'm having this front part. I have the SDA, the smart media, I have the sound ports, the USB, the Firewire 394, and all these ports, they have these cables. So I have these cables, so they connect back onto these slots you are seeing here. Apparently, because of time, I'm not going to be connecting one by one, but I'm having all this. And allow me to put this back. So this is the AGP port where I'm connecting my video card. So I connect it, goes in. Not advisable, always you touch at the edge. So I'm putting back my RAM. Always you have to make sure that you align this with what is onto the memory module here. So I'm having so I connect my RAM. I have 2 slots, and also I'm having 2 chipsets. So I've connected RAM back. This is the CMOS battery. So CMOS battery has to make sure that always this firmware which is biased onto the motherboard is always powered on. So if at all I remove this CMOS battery, I lose everything. And I'm having the rest of this. You are seeing these tanks, these capacitors. They are for storing power. and I'm having other chipsets which are dealing with the power strictly. This is the floppy. I've already talked about that. Someone is inserting, you can put the floppy here. I don't have the hard drive, and I don't have the optical drive as of now, but I'm having my hard drive here. And if I told you are so keen, I don't know whether you'll be in a position to see that, but this one, it's 80 GB. Capacity is 80 GB. I'm looking for my capacity. You can see capacity here. So I'm having 80 GB hard disk, and my machine is working good if I connect everything. So at the rear side of my computer, this is the fan, this is the power supply accessed from behind to connect the power cord here, and I can switch on and off here. I can interchange the AC input from here depending on the power outlet I'm having. But here in Kampala, Uganda, we always use 220 to 240 voltages. That's what we are having with our power outlets. These are the PS2. Purple is keyboard, and mouse is green, or you can call them the DIN 6, because they are having 6. So I'm having the serial here, which is also technically called the DB9 port. I'm having the DB25 mainly for printers. These ones, they are for console connections and the rest. I'm having the Firewire port here. So any Firewire device, especially for voltage transfer, I can connect it. I'm having the USB ports. You can see the USB ports here. I'm having Ethernet. I'm having the sound microphone, the aux, and then the out for sound. This is for auxing. If at all I'm picking sound from another device and I want my computer to input sound and then outputs it to the speakers, I use this port. This one is for outputting sound, and this one when I'm connecting my microphone. This is the